Sum me up. Blessed. All right, so I want to continue to do my series, right? I continue to do a series with corrupted police, but me attack overseas. Can I remember me just feature some little things, eh? And I draw for the aim of the task force, the Baltimore task force, today. And then, draw for a police chief, where him corrupted and thing and the feds them trap him. They can't be too big to get trapped. And that me love, Anytime that start at Jamaica now go good. Place we can say, yeah man, the place are clean up. But if you don't have that now, the place is not clean. None at all. You know them way there? Yeah man, but I see what's more. So I don't know, I show that, Yeah man, blessed fear. Saying, I have to show that. Saying, I want to take in them corrupted case here with police. And I tell you before, criminal in a badge and gun, we can't work with them no more. If we think about first world country 2030, the video, we have maybe 21 or 22, 30, when we gone, because the way Jamaica go gone, so, see? So, but we still have to clean it, start from somewhere. We have to top ranking, we have to Mr. G, when good. See? We still have to clean, Michelle, big up yourself. We still have to clean it, from somewhere else. So, I don't know, I draw back this. And them thing matter, but you must have a check and balances. Cure them boots them. You must have somebody who stop them. That's why I respect the arrest the other day. But me not like how them let go the policeman's son. Because inside source they know that is an innocent guy. Dangerous guy. You understand? So when some guy dangerous, you can't, we know say, dangerous are dangerous. See? And about certain things that them just let go that guy. See? But you have to stand for something. You might stand for just clear up, get the place clear up. So let me just start from this now. Let me start from this.
Police officers indicted on federal charges accused of stealing money from innocent people. ABC's Lindsay Davis joins us now with all of those details. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Amy. We've heard similar storylines before on the big screen and on primetime television. But now these real-life officers have been charged with abusing their badges, of being corrupt to the core, allegations of extortion, falsifying police reports, and stealing from citizens.
These 7 Baltimore City police officers arrested, charged with being hardcore criminals. The allegations range from stealing from innocent citizens to robbing drug dealers of cash and guns, some even of selling heroin.
These defendants allegedly were involved in stopping people who had not committed crime and seizing their money, not only seizing their money, but pocketing it. So these are really simply robberies by people who are wearing police uniforms.
The alleged stealing from city residents was rampant, with amounts stolen ranging from $200 to $200,000. Prosecutors say the corruption included bogus search warrants, filing false police reports, and even putting in for thousands of dollars in overtime while on vacation.
These officers, they're 1930-style gangsters, as far as I'm concerned.
And authorities...
Man said them are 1930 style gangsters. Well, we have enough of them in the force, enough of them in Jamaica constabulary. You show them wheel out them, and them did that give them some, award and thing, but them are just definitely criminal. And feel them could I get away. Feds are gonna trap you. That's how I want some police get trapped and clean the force the same way. Me just show it.
They say there was a widespread cover-up involved coaching each other to give false statements to internal affairs and turning off body cameras at key moments. It all sounds a lot like an episode from HBO's The Wire, the long-running police and drug drama that takes place in Baltimore. In this episode, officers...
So, the episode, them do a thing named The Wire. I like the man them in Baltimore, them mimic this straight down to The Wire. Yeah, you see me I say? Yeah man, blessed car. See? So they must show the episode. This I show me say, Jamaica, when them find the money the other day, we know so I say them that deal with the money too. Just watch this.
It all sounds a lot like an episode from HBO's The Wire, the long-running police and drug drama that takes place in Baltimore. In this episode, officers stuff cash from a raid in their bulletproof vests. This morning, the 7 officers are charged with racketeering, Some of the suspects face up to life in prison, others decades in jail.
The majority of Baltimore City police officers are going to be really pleased today to see these charges brought against people who are accused of betraying the badges, betraying the trust of the department.
There was a year-long operation in place to take these officers down. They were even wiretapped by the FBI. The U.S. attorney involved is calling this a major abuse of power. In some cases, they would just stop an ordinary citizen, hadn't been accused of doing anything, and they would steal their money from them.
Wow. So blatant.
Right, yeah.
Okay, Lindsay, thanks very much.
So you hear that? Yeah, man. So this me I talk about long time, man. You see? Things like this, me like show back and show the people them say it work. You can't pick up for, you know, good police stand out. You know, police bad and thing you can't talk about. Show me a police too. It make you bad too. You see me I say? If you deal with the good, you deal with the good. You do your job, you know. You can't police the criminality and use the badge and gun. Yeah, I'm like baby. I use badge and gun and other foolishness. It needs to stop. You understand? It needs to stop. Yeah, man. Need to stop. So let's see what's going on with them, yes, sir. Because we have other things going with them, and let's see what's going on.
Investigator Kelgren is live at federal court downtown, where the officer just appeared in court in this explosive case. Mike?
Vic, what's happening right now is the officers are one by one seeing judges. They're being temporarily detained before formal detention hearings tomorrow. These are initial court appearances, and their family members are also in court with them. It's somewhat emotional. They face 20 years behind bars if convicted. That's the maximum penalty.
Yeah, man.
The majority of Baltimore City police officers are going to be really pleased today to see these charges brought against people who are accused of betraying their badges, of betraying their trust to the department.
Federal authorities indicted 7 Baltimore City police officers. Several of them are pictured here in a department newsletter praising their work as part of an exclusive gun task force. They're accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from people obtained illegally during traffic stops and home searches, and fraudulently claiming almost $500,000 in overtime.
These police officers will never, ever, ever again commit the heinous acts that they have been alleged to commit in our community.
One officer took a vacation to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and charged the city overtime for almost the entire week. Another charged OT while playing poker at the Maryland Live Casino.
How they conduct themselves when they think nobody's listening. And what you see is a lack of respect for the system. Particularly as discussions about overtime.
The theft and fraud happened at the same time the Department of Justice was investigating Baltimore City Police. DOJ found widespread civil rights abuses and corruption.
These officers, they're 1930s-style gangsters, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. The misdeeds and the criminal misconduct that they're engaged in shocks me as much as it does anyone in this room.
At least 5 high-profile federal gun cases have been dropped because these officers tainted them, and more.
So here, 5 federal high gun crime cases, them drop that. They can't charge them for it because them tainted them. So how do you know, say, them crime that they go on, but you have to dash them way because them tainted. And this is like what you see the other day when you see police come and say, them want this man and them go over in place. And when them go over in place with soldier and police, the man, you know, we do investigative journalism. The man with the matter about not even there. And then when we do my investigation, it turn out to be the person where them say, get Nakwe, I'm cousin-in-law, the youth, I'm cousin, and them look out against these kind of things. I try to keep away from some things. But police are after you know, what them do, them throw you out in a Jamaican public. And when them throw it to Jamaican public, now them turn in a gangster, then them get to kill you. Them need to stop that. Whether put nobody, not put them nowhere. You see me, I say, it not put nobody nowhere at all. Do real policing. We just want you to do real policing. You understand? And you get it wrong. Because if you don't know, say him leave, me know, say him not there, but you know the police are supposed to have the resources and everything. I want to send at the yard with soldier and thing, waste of resources. And for coming in at the station themselves by Wednesday. So maybe if the debate and go in there, they just finger chart and say, yes, I you do this. And you fight with a bag of money and some thieving lies and things. When you stop do that, do investigation and do the real thing, man. Stop the foolishness, man. You see me I say? Yeah, man, you have to keep them honest, man. Yeah, man.
Could be coming. And the truth is, we do not know how many cases are tainted. Now, U.S. Attorney Rod Rosenstein is scheduled to have confirmation hearings to be the #2 official at the Justice Department. He's worked a number of these corruption cases. He praised the superb work of investigators here, but there's much more to come on this story. Reporting live at federal court, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
See, you hear that? So these are the things we have today. So when you have corrupted cop around you and all kind of things, this is what them get. You understand? This is what we want to see in a real life, in our place. That's two junglist. Maurice, big up yourself. Top ranking up. Yeah, Kingston story up. Yeah, look here.
The judge sentenced Sergeant Wayne Jenkins to 25 years in federal prison.
You have a gun and cocaine, probably I would say 2 1/4 just for looking at it.
The former head of the corrupt Baltimore Police Gun Trace Task Force wept and apologized for crimes that prosecutors say included at least 10 armed robberies.
Yeah, that. If them man live in our country, that's a #1 country. I get good pay and everything. And them are do these things. Can you imagine when we say overcap them corrupt? We can imagine when them corrupt with the Lord Valley and all kind of things. When we say corrupt, them corrupt to their core. Eh? And them may talk about corruption. You see it? Yeah, man. 25 years. Him and them and yeah, how much him get. Let me just play about that team there. Armed robbery, you know. Like how you see them go take with these people $17 million worth of jewelry. Portmore police them. The old people, they mind them not get it back, you know, hear nothing about it. The paper not cover nothing. Them they even recover the people them jewelry. You never hear what the police them get. Them do too much cover up. You understand? Them case to case ever follow till them end. People them forget about them things. Even when you have them police and lock them up, to take with them, seize them asset with them, have and sell it and give back the people them in a value or something. You see me I say? People them work out of foreign and then return in resident, you know. And them I tell everybody, return and come build up. And have to be careful. I'm not joking, I make be careful. Here it is.
A judge sentenced Sergeant Wayne Jenkins to 25 years in federal prison.
Yeah. You have a gun and cocaine, probably I would say 2 1/4 just by looking at it.
The former head of the corrupt Baltimore Police Gun Trace Task Force wept and apologized for crimes that prosecutors say included at least 10 armed robberies, planting evidence, falsifying overtime, and selling $1 million worth of drugs, including prescriptions looted from pharmacies after Freddie Gray's death.
Do you have anything you'd like to say on behalf of your brother?
No, sir.
Jenkins' family declined comment, but he wept in court, apologizing to his loved ones and the people of Baltimore, including victims like the Davis sisters, whose dad died after Jenkins wrongfully started a car chase.
7 years later, we find out that corrupt cops who swore to protect and serve were nothing more than criminals. He apologized for it, Mr. Jenkins, but it still hurts. It still hurts.
What did you think of his apology? Did you think it was sincere?
I believe it was sincere.
Do you trust the police department after what your family has been through?
No, sir. No, never.
Can anything change that?
I don't think so. Not now.
Federal prosecutors say the Gun Trace Task Force was a criminal gang, describing their corruption as breathtaking, saying officers were greedy and arrogant. They wanted the maximum sentence for Jenkins, 30 years, to send a message. In sentencing Jenkins to less time, the judge said she believed he accepted responsibility and regretted what he'd done.
Do you think this?
You can't regret to make people dead, you rob, bomb robbery, $7 million worth of drugs, do all kind of things, including prescription drugs and everything. Rob people, you go rob them, hold them up, you know, you rob drugs man too. But you say them now go report it because of drugs man. This is way enough police are do like the one them are sent to this bitch. Rob the liquor man, them plant the weed. Them rob all kind of people. Them stop. They look at you, them say scammer, them rob them. The Western Union and thing. Strike on the wall of them rob the youth them. See? I think, you know, them need for a prison, man. Them need to go to prison. You understand? Them need to go to prison. Not until they clean up like them things. And them things that motivate if you come talk because of them things you want to say. Yeah? Watch this.
Sends the right message. Sentence.
It should. If it doesn't, it's something wrong. Something really wrong if this doesn't send the right message.
There are more than 1,700 criminal cases in Baltimore City that have been impacted by the actions of these officers. Both Jenkins and Taylor will serve a period of supervised probation after their eventual release. Live at the...
So they are serve, them are get them are do some supervised Cohen. And they are get the supervised. They are after them come out, I can get the 25 years and then. You know, but you know, it's a film career done this, you know. You understand? Anytime them start do this in Jamaica, you get a different Jamaica. But police, you know what them say at Jamaica? One police, him a inspector, down a Huntsville, corrupted station. And him say, him go tell man how they might get extradited, 300,000. Them hold him, them know say him tainted. You know what them do? When them deal with him, you know what them do? They make sure, say them make him retire. Them make him retire in the interest, the public interest. That's not our interest. That can't be the public interest. He must go to prison in the public interest. Anytime them do something, they make them retire in the interest of the public in Jamaica. You make him retire. So him doing criminal act and do everything, and you just say, okay, do you want to go retire? You see, that's why the country stays up. That's why the country stays up. You see what I say? Yeah, man. That's why the country stays up, man. Just can't better, man. See what I say? Can't better. Yes, bless. Yeah, man, there, man.
Police Street. Today, the leader of the disgraced unit begged a judge for mercy. Another officer sentence just handed down. WJZ investigator Mike Kelvin live at the courthouse downtown with breaking developments. Mike?
Vic, Sergeant Wayne Jenkins got 25 years in federal prison earlier today, and moments ago, Detective Marcus Taylor got an 18-year sentence. He gave a rambling speech to the judge. He says he is innocent. He vows to fight this. She says that she regrets that he feels he won't treat it fairly. He gave the government exactly what they wanted. Again, an 18-year sentence for him.
Yeah.
A judge sentenced Sergeant Wayne Jenkins to 25 years in federal prison.
You have a gun and cocaine, probably I would say 2 1/4 just by looking at it.
The former head of the corrupt Baltimore Police Gun Trace Task Force wept and apologized for crimes that prosecutors say included at least 10 armed robberies, planting evidence, falsifying overtime, and selling $1 million worth of drugs, including prescriptions looted from pharmacies after Freddie Gray's death.
Do you have anything you'd like to say on behalf of your brother?
No, sir. Jenkins' family declined comment, but he wept in court, apologizing to his loved ones and the people of Baltimore, including victims like the Davis sisters, whose dad died after Jenkins wrongfully started a car chase.
7 years later, we find out that corrupt cops who swore to protect and serve were nothing more than criminals. He apologized for it, Mr. Jenkins, but it still hurts. It still hurts.
What did you think of his apology? Did you think it was sincere?
I believe it was sincere.
Do you trust the police department after what your family has been through?
No, sir. No, never.
Can anything change that?
I don't think so. Not now.
Federal prosecutors say the Gun Trace Task Force was a criminal gang, describing their corruption as breathtaking, saying officers were greedy and arrogant. They wanted the maximum sentence for Jenkins, 30 years, to send a message. In sentencing Jenkins to less time, the judge said she believed he accepted responsibility and regretted what he'd done.
Do you think this sends the right message, this sentence?
It should. If it doesn't, it's something wrong. Something really wrong if this doesn't send the right message.
There are more than 1,700 criminal cases in Baltimore City that have been impacted by the actions of these officers. Both Jenkins and Taylor will serve a period of supervised probation after their eventual release. Live at the federal courthouse, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Mike, thank you. Detectives Evodio Hendricks and Maurice Ward will be sent to...
Yeah, man. So at them thing we are talking about now, you know, anytime we start a thing like this, we're good. I could look on police chief now. Because I not see no police up in a certain thing I get sentenced neither, I get charged or nothing at all in Jamaica, nothing like them. You know, see no politician, I not see nobody from the private sector organization in Jamaica, none of them. Although the place is corrupted, you know, just pay get to people, see? I not see nothing like that. Look on a case here now. Look on a case here.
And the punishment that was handed down today. Major developments in another big story we've been following for months. It was sentencing day for a former police chief. Donald Solomon told undercover agents he was the best cop money could buy, and now he's going to prison for it. Channel 11's Alan Jennings is live with the video that led to his conviction and the punishment that was handed down today. Alan.
Slam Vince, 11 years, 3 months. Stood before the judge and apologized to his children, the FBI, law enforcement in general, for violating his personal and public trust.
So them police have a way when them get catch. This are the chief, you know. He apologize. And the Fed set up for him. That's something like the undercover thing. The Fed set up for him. You see me I say? Yeah, man, the Fed set up for him. But them apologize. Because they know them get let start. Just this
Major developments in another big story we've been following for months. It was sentencing day for a former police chief. Donald Solomon told undercover agents he was the best cop money could buy, and now he's going to prison for it. Channel 11's Alan Jennings is live with the video that led to his conviction and the punishment that was handed down today. Alan.
Got slammed, Vince, 11 years, 3 months. Stood before the judge and apologized to his children, the FBI, law enforcement in general, for violating his personal and public trust. The former East Washington police chief left the courthouse. His public defender attorney told him not to talk to me. U.S. Attorney David Hickton, meanwhile, called the 11-year sentence most appropriate.
The videotapes showing actual drug transactions where he was using his uniform, his police car, and operating in a fashion to protect the transaction and then escort the perpetrators to Interstate 79 was beyond chilling.
Here's that FBI surveillance video of then Police Chief Don Solomon meeting with who Solomon thought were drug dealers. They were actually FBI agents and FBI informants.
Purchased law enforcement tasers for a purported drug dealer to use those tasers in collection activities were shocking to say the least.
During a year-long investigation, secretly shot FBI video also captured Solomon delivering his intentions to make thousands of dollars protecting cocaine dealers. And that's not all.
There's another line that captured some attention where he was asked if he wanted to continue in this type of behavior, and he said, hell yeah.
Solomon took about $7,800 to protect the alleged drug dealers. He'll be sentenced to federal prison. He's going to be allowed to self-report, and he asked the court if he could take part in prison ministry when he gets there. When he gets out of prison, he'll be nearly 70 years old. Live on Grant Street, Alan Jennings, Channel 11 News.
And that he said, I'm the best cop money can buy. Well, all the money in the world apparently can't keep that cop and former police chief out of jail. You're looking for the video evidence that helped put him there. The FBI spent a year investigating Donald Solomon before filing charges. We've been tracking this case since his arrest in October of 2011. Since then, we've learned the FBI says Solomon protected drug shipments and more. He was sentenced today. Alan Jennings is live downtown with the details for us. Alan?
Hey, Vince, he did say, I am the best cop money can buy. What he didn't realize is that there was a FBI hidden camera videotaping him and his voice. Today, 11 years, 3 months in the slammer. Solomon left the courthouse today without talking. It's because his assistant U.S. public defender, Marquita Sims, decided it wouldn't be a good idea.
No, man,
Then she appeared to criticize U.S. Attorney David Hickton for holding a news conference in the U.S. courthouse lobby.
Let the U.S. attorney do all the talking outside the courtroom. We like to talk in the courtroom.
Hickton made it clear Don Solomon got what he deserved, 11 years, 3 months.
The videotapes showing actual drug transactions where he was using his uniform, his police car, and operating in a fashion to protect.
You see them the way him use thing that feds, you know, and the local thing I want to know are feds this, you know. So and I like them I cut deal with him for get up now. I'm the top man, I'm the chief. And I like a little foot soldier and them want to hold the chief, want to hold him, them hold him. Them set this thing for him. And him things at them. You see, you know what I like with them thing, we study them thing enough. That's why I'm telling you this, I'm in 2022, you know, they're farther than that. Study too much thing. Them have informant and them have the agent. But how them dress and how them look, there is no way you're gonna know. And them have surveillance. So them use that ear to catch him. They must spend the money, they must do everything. Not to let him go so easy. You understand? Him are the boss. Because him are the chief where you can give them man their cut. And you use the remember the police work with you, you know. You are use your thing for go buy one get the money for give them a pass and everything. So them grab him. Him could have paid good little more. Him them want. You know, like it come from somebody else. Him. I just a film rule, you know. Like the rest of man, them see them get 25 years. Them him lucky him never get all that too as a chief. But anyway, them get 11 because them not pass him with him corruption. So them know them a grab him. So they are him them tape, him them do everything, and them think say, oh, I them me I deal with. Him not deal with nobody, deal with the feds. So when I do, I use him state. I use film the part where him there and I make them I run them jokes freely and all kind of thing, and the feds catch up on that and say, we are gonna grab you. See, and them grab him. See that?
The transaction and then escort the perpetrators to Interstate 79 was beyond chilling.
This is air and ground video shot by the FBI. It's Solomon. Apparently, he thinks he's dealing with drug dealers. They were really FBI agents and FBI informants. Praising his team of prosecutors, Hickton told me it was their hard work that forced Solomon to confess.
I want to publicly recognize the great work of my fraud and corruption chief, Bob Sesser, and Lee Carl, who did hard work on this case.
Yeah.
Now, Solomon took $7,800 to protect those drug dealers and made arrangements to sell police tasers to drug dealers so they could use them on customers that didn't pay up. Now, Solomon's defense attorney tried.
Remember, I said that I'm Mobile, that I'm Jamaica, you know. But this no, me know people, you know. This are US, and them like knock you. This are feds, man. If they do a small man where you want to give up a bigger man, this and now, you know, them come court dealer. Him and the man will run that apartment. Him do it. You see them have a kind of surveillance over him. So they tell like, yeah, man, him them want, man. Him them gonna take down, man. You see me I say? Them need him, man. Them need him. Yeah, man.
To get some leniency from the judge saying that he had 38 years of public service as a cop and a paramedic. Denied.
Them denied. See it? Him a look leniency, man. Him lied. I look leniency. 30 years worth of work and plus paramedic and everything. Them deny that. Me see a judge tell lie. Me should have carried that the next day. Judge. 30 years. And I remember, you know, a tough judge, you know. Prosecute enough cases. Push enough people, see? And she and her husband have a divorce and she tell lie on that divorce paper. And you're the judge say, hey, you're disgrace. You're disgrace. The judge will try, you're disgrace to the bench, you're disgrace to the whole way, you're this. And them sit up, think pan her, man. All shall look mercy, no mercy. Them say you should have known better. You will send me how much people. And that me like with them thing here. Me like with them thing here. You see me I say? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So me like them kind of little thing here. Yeah, man. Them have to stand up and beat them. Come on, watch stuff for them case, you know. Studio them deal with it, you know. they know you're corrupted. You are the chief. Them test enough more chief, man. I turn it down, man. The one who buy it, him say, I'm the best. I'm the best law enforcement money can buy. And you don't know, say, yeah, take FBI money and all that kind of things. 38 years. That's straight corruption. Him nah get to, man. I'll be him say sorry a million times and them done with him, man. You see me I say? You see me I say? Them not use yes, man. And I like, all right. You know, invest when FBI are working, you know. Them a set up them thing, them a do them thing. You know when them a work, and I like, some police just call up some man name and say, hey, turn in yourself, you know, because of what we hear. Hey, you come here, you know, because that and that. Them I set up with them and say, them a come to yourself. Them a set you up. Them infiltrate the bikers 1%ers. Even when them call the FBI agent, because them still at work, so them not show him face. Because them show it, you know. When them take down the bikers, them, you know. When them call him and say, hey, we're going to kill that one because we face him attack to the feds and thing. The FBI agent have to tell the brethren, say, listen, I'm me a feds. The brethren couldn't believe, say, him when him trust so much, for how much years him a feds. The man put on tattoo up, see me riding back, do everything. And them have informant and them have the feds. So when them say, go kill this, them know what to do and what have you, and, you know, get out of the thing, them work. We want to see, you know, the law enforcement have an expert of force where they Google not chat to or nothing. Where, you know, them work that way. I'm a matter of fact, them watch each other. Them do the same thing and watch each other. You see? If we do that, we good. We good, man. You see me I say? You know, but that's why I say you love you infiltrate. So this is why we know say the constabulary are joke to, you know, because instead of them infiltrate, if you say you have much gangs, you infiltrate the gangs. If you say you have corrupted cop, you know, and them in a gang, in the force, infiltrate that too. And you set up some things for them and you do some things. Right? You know, say politician corrupt, you set up some things for them too, and them not do that. Then nah do it. Them going to just call out some youth name because the youth them name the call up and they could gun or they could badness or something 5 and 10 and 15 years before. And them live pan that all the time. You know, them the work away they are them go by a little hearsay. See? So now like them wire up some people and them do what them for do, and you know, so when we move, you know, we're solid. Even the DPP, she send me Ninja Man pan circumstantial evidence, no evidence at all. And we shots and make no sense. But you send him going about in business. Yeah? You see me I say? So these are the things that I say, oh, Jamaica will turn a first world country when them now do these things. Let me show you our next case now. When police even know and said, for I notice them love do a lot of black people certain thing. Look on a case now. Look on a case here.
Based on claims in a police report, was saved by a home surveillance.
A
man who could have been sent to prison for years, based on claims in a police report, was saved by a home surveillance camera. The footage showed he did not attack an officer as claimed in the report. ITV investigator Adam Walser spoke to the Lake Wales man and hears from local leaders who say it's not the first time they've heard complaints about heavy-handed police in their small town.
Stopped at a stop sign right here on 3rd Street, and I noticed the officer behind me way before I even stopped.
Chris Cordero was driving to Publix February 8th to pick up medicine for his young son when Lake Wales police officer Colt Black pulled him over. Unbeknownst to the officer, a camera across the street captured it all.
I get out the vehicle to ask him what's going on because, you know, he's been following me for a while.
Cordero stands by his car for more than 20 seconds, but Officer Black's report says Cordero immediately exited the driver door and began to charge towards my patrol vehicle.
It says right here in this report this officer filed in the court that you came at him with clenched fists.
That's absolutely not true.
Officer Black approaches Cordero 30 seconds later.
He sucker punched me from the back right here, cracked a piece of my tooth out. I landed on the ground.
Moments later, Officer Travis Worley arrives. It's hard to see exactly what happens next, but you can make out a struggle behind the car.
They both jumped on me up really bad.
In the report, Officer Black says he delivered an elbow strike to the left side of Cordero's head because he thought he was reaching for a weapon. In the complaint Cordero filed, he said Worley used a racist slur.
I've never heard that terminology in my life.
Cordero was charged with resisting arrest, assault on a law enforcement officer, and making a death threat to a law enforcement officer. When he bonded out of jail the next day, he went door to door in the neighborhood until he found the footage. After Cordero shared the footage with police, Officer Black wrote in another report, "I believe my perception was altered due to the high stress of the incident."
When I told Mr. Cordero that I believed him, he broke down in tears.
Attorney Sarah Jones provided the video to the state's attorney's office, which immediately dropped the charges. Jones says she's heard multiple complaints from clients about Lake Wales police officers using heavy-handed tactics.
These officers who have issues with power and control target people who they know won't be believed.
Do you feel like that the leadership at that police department realize that there are potentially some bad apples on the force?
If I could answer you honestly, yes. They know. How can they not? When I stood at the city commission podium, when I stood and I talked to them and said, I'll tell you, I'll show you, come talk to me. I'll let you know who they are and what they're doing, and I'll help you build the cases against them.
We requested an interview with the police chief, but he declined, citing an ongoing internal investigation. In an emailed statement, the department confirmed that Colt Black resigned effective February 10th, and that Travis Worley had been placed on administrative station duty. The I-team has uncovered both officers have been previously investigated. 2 complaints against Black were investigated and closed without any action taken because the investigator found he did not violate policy. Black was disciplined in 2018 for an unauthorized vehicle pursuit. Worley, named Officer of the Year in 2019 and past president of the Lake Wales Police Officers Association, has been the subject of 4 citizen complaints and 2 internal investigations, including 2 allegations he used racial slurs. The president of the Police Benevolent Association said Worley was cleared in both instances. In this complaint, the Lake Wales High School principal emailed the police chief about Worley, alleging he used a racial slur in front of students, saying, quite simply, he is not the same caliber as the other officers I know are, not even close. The complaint was investigated by the deputy chief, but no wrongdoing was substantiated. Worley was also the subject of an internal investigation after an African-American female officer accused him of using a racial slur while on a call. The report says investigators were unable to prove if a racial slur was used by Officer Worley, but investigators found evidence Worley used multiple profane words while in a heated argument. He was suspended for 8 hours without pay in 2020. Worley defended himself, writing, "More than ample opportunities were given for someone to provide evidence of me being racist, with negative results." City Commissioner Terry Howell says she was troubled by what happened to Cordero and by recent complaints from others.
All police are not trying to intimidate people. That's not the case. But when you have 1 or 2 bad apples, and then they're spilling that bad apple part to other officers, then that bunch start growing.
Howell made a proposal for police body cameras more than a year ago, but it failed to gain traction. But just days after Cordero's arrest, a body cam program was on the commission agenda again.
No. I do believe that the cams are needed.
We've got police that's supposed to protect and serve. They are actually the ones that are doing it.
People have been scared to speak about it.
Putting lives before money, that's what I'm thinking about right now.
The program passed by a unanimous vote, making Lake Wales the first city in Polk County to adopt body cams. Chris Cordero wishes it happened sooner.
How many more innocent people are sitting in jail? How many people in the community are scared to come forward about these officers?
I'm I-team investigator Adam Walser taking...
Invest, Wagwan. Invest.
Darwin.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
What's up? What's up, bro?
Yeah, accountability is really missing in certain aspects because, but as a matter of fact, before even accountability comes after something is brought to justice somebody of concern about something, right? Then after. But before that, if something happens, because remember, even in America, it doesn't matter where you are. Police are not going to be everywhere at all times, right?
Yes, yes.
But it has to be the people have to have this. They have to cooperate with the police as well. They have to. And this idea to say, oh, the police will call back my name if I call, if I say, you don't have to do that.
No,
you
but
can call and say, hey, this is what I think, and that's it.
But on a serious note, because you might have said you don't have to do that, but we know how the place are run so corrupted, and you know, like how ATI run corrupted. So when a place are run corrupted, remember say in America and Canada and UK, because you know we travel the world place and live all over the place. So in a them place there, your next door neighbor, even your one kid they call the police because them know. I mean, it's more easier to deal with. You know, the system set up a way and
I understand that they have more resources, but the justice is the same no matter where you are.
No, but the justice did not. I know that, but listen, you said it's the same, but in Jamaica it lean. The justice really is not the same. It's supposed to be the same, but the judge don't act that way. The police don't act that way, and nothing don't act that way against, because it's a classism thing going on in Jamaica. You remember the little youth shortcut? People no one cooperate no one, and you know you're nothing about the case, and them have to take them time and move slow. But you know something happening in a ghetto, you know, say okay, we're gonna drag you for your name call, we're gonna drag you, we're gonna say you. A man dead in a liar house. More than 3 years gone now. So you see when you have certain justice denied because of friendship and nepotism and cronyism and idiot thing and corruption.
That's
you understand?
A valid point. That's a valid point. I'm not taking away from your point, but I'm saying
yes.
Remember,
yes.
I am not supporting
the wrongs. I know that.
No, I am not. No, what I'm saying, like, I am not really for upper class people because they're in their own world. I am more for the everyday man.
That is
it. People I interact with every single day.
Yes.
The everyday man, the man money corner, you know, the
yes.
The girl that walk on the street. These are the people I interact with every single day. So what I want to instill in their mind is to say, listen, when something happens, you can cooperate with the police. You can. Don't. Yes, there are situations where people name are called back. Of course it happens. But what I'm trying to say is that don't use that and not do something, and then you're gonna say there's no justice. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, but
because for example, right? Let me give you an example. I'm not gonna call his name, but there's a man that he owns a car mart, right? He's got somebody in America that is a barber. That's what he did. But that man is the person that is sending the guns into Jamaica. The barber. But he's just working as a barber to just cover it. Right? The feds go to the barber shop, sit down and get your cut as a normal person.
Of course.
And they're having a conversation, whatever, blah, blah. And after he finished getting your cut, the feds turn to him and say, hey, I know what you're doing. I have whatever. I am going to give you $250,000 for you, or else you're going to go to prison for 10 years. I can give you, the Fed is going to give him $250K for him to talk.
Yes.
And he's going to get 6 months in prison so they can know what's going on. You see, the deal trying to say, oh, the feds are the fastest person to cut deal. They cut deal left, right, and center because they're trying to get a bigger person.
Yes.
And right now, the person who owns a car mart, he's in the feds detention right now.
Good.
Because the man took the money.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying?
Because the feds will change even your identity or something. The feds will work with you as a youth and make us change this. That means we keep it that and that. Sammy the Bull take the cut and take the deal too. Against Dapadan. Sammy the Bull. because the feds, remember them that hard to penetrate that family too, you know. Gambino, remember, right? And Sammy the Bull, when him there prison, but because Dapper Dan now, you know, John Gotti, I plan like the feds tape him. Like them, you know, the feds don't forget to people, you know, and stir them up. And like him, I say, Sammy, we have Sammy, all right, we're gonna take with Sammy when him come out, because Sammy does them catch Sammy on a little thing. I'm going to play to make Sammy want to me turn pan John Gotti. And the answer, right, you him have to go down, because we not gonna make him kill me and kill my family. But when Sammy the Bull do know, when him come out back, yes.
Sherwin,
yes.
I work with some brilliant detectives.
Yes.
Like, those men can write statements like they're brilliant people. But they can only go that far, because remember, if something happened, even in America with these cameras, if something happened, the detectives are gonna come and they're gonna knock at people's door.
Of course, them do canvassing. Yes.
What did you see? And they're gonna talk, but in Jamaica, it's like, no, I can't say nothing.
All right, let me give a rundown. Let me give a run to check that.
I'm giving people an example of what they can do. For example, let's say they're in their community and somebody gets killed. So I'm just using that. Somebody gets killed, right? And let's say they know something. And the detective come to their house and talk. They might be fearful to say something then and there, right? Listen, might be fearful because they don't want people to know that they're the one that said something. I understand that. Okay? All you have to do, remember your point. Don't say anything to the detective or the police there. Don't say anything. Okay? Once the police leave, you call. You call. Not the police station. Okay? You call, and then when you call, you say, hey, I was in a certain area and I saw this, or I know of this. That's all you're gonna say. Nothing else. So you don't need your name, nothing where you live. That's it.
Let them won't trace you.
Once that information is at the commission office, that information is gonna be passed to the local police station. It must pass.
But you see, you're going back to something. I'm going to tell you something now. This happened at East Kingston now. I know joke me about it. You have seen a man. You have somewhere going at East. And when you have seen a man there with some girl in the East. So when them the girl over that idea, them have bad brother too and bad cousin and them think they are shot a fire both sides, right? So me just attack plain to you. Senior man, me attack soap where the daughter is. David who them want David. So when them done, them come and pick on one side. So even if you pass back to the local thing, it go back right down to the soap. And I eat people I run from. That's why even if you not call the name, even if you not call the name, look a while, you know. But let me tell you what them do. You have to have somebody who can investigate without even give them. Because them can when the soup tainted, you know, it hard for you even deal with that, because you say it pass back to local police where it have to go through, man. But him tainted too. And the joke me I make, you know, another like me I make up something in a better. And more than one soup tainted out that side. And we know more than one soup tainted in some other places.
I am trying to just give practical ideologies of how we can help to stuff like that.
I understand, but what we want to do, we want you suggest something for we. If they could have passed on this information, but it have a different body where we investigate, like C-TAC or something, we don't need to go to the local because of the local the problem.
No, but you see, what I'm trying to get, what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to tell you, is that the police for example, if something happened and the police go on the scene right now.
Yes.
Okay? And if those police are going to knock somebody's door, right? They knock somebody's door, that person don't have to say anything to them.
I know.
What I'm trying to tell you, if you call control and you give control, you know, I'm not talking at the same time, even 30 minutes after whatever, you call control. Control is not calling the superintendent. You know what I'm trying to say? Control is going to call the guard room, and they have to go, for example, let's say you say it's a red car and they park at whatever house, up the street, under the mango tree, right? Once control that information, it's going to call control once control call, police have to go. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so I understand what you say. So you talk about right hand spot now. So let me answer you now. So you talk about right hand spot, but can we talk those two little slight different things while we just talk? Because you talk a crime just committed right now. And like when you say a car under mango tree, instead of them tell you who that or what, them just call like the commissioner office and then them will call control and send them. Without nobody no name call and then we go deal with it. Now, what me did talk about, me understand that. But when me talk about some serious thing, you know, like when you have some shooting and something where galang, and people are dead, but you will know, but you can't talk because you live your son, them live up there. So, and when you look, the police, them are part of the whole system. So you can't, the local police well involved, them are carry shot, them have gun, them on one side and some of the police on the other side. No, it's dangerous because it don't make no sense. You understand?
Yes. If you call the local police, let's say you know somebody, you go to the station, you say, oh, the man up the street, and let's say the policeman involved with some man up the street, right? If you go there and tell him can't say, yeah man, me I go come up the street because if him come, he's going to starve because you know I'll go up there.
Me know.
You get what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to tell you, even if him friend them up the street and him involved, if control calling me, have to go.
But him not do them nothing, I make them get where. And that's the problem.
What is that him? What am I trying to say?
Yes.
We can't just say everybody's gonna be like that.
No, we're not gonna say that. But what me you may understand your brother, but what me I say to you now, what me just give the idea because you're active. We want like a group of police. When you call them do like what the feds that do. You know, that mean, you know, I mean at the area, but them can't stop you from operate like how you can operate in the area and people go you the information.
They are divisions like that. The only thing they do is investigation. Everywhere.
Then them want to talk to us. See, talk one.
You have some of Jamaica right now that with a accident driver, them caravan replace.
Know them. Some of them are Rasta and some are veneering. Don't steam and them thing. We know them, man.
But what I'm trying to tell you, even though they're there, they still depend on the citizens.
Yes, I know.
You could have a million detectives.
It can't work without the citizen.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Detectives work with questioning people.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Detectives don't care which division you're from. Your main thing is to question people and to get information.
Yes, because information. Yes, that's the key. Yes.
So what I'm trying to say, the citizens have to also say, you know what? I want Jamaica to, for example, you know another thing too. Say somebody up the street, but person you don't know him or him not living in your area. Most people don't care. But if a them cousin or them brother, guess what happened? Now them run come to the station. You in your community, right? And you see a BMW coming in your area. A BMW is there in your area. Two young guys drive in there all the time. You know the guy's mom that drive the car. They're not rich. How do you allow the cars to be there all the time and you don't say anything?
All right. That you not foreign. All right. So when me talk.
So I'm trying to tell you, when something happens now, you're gonna hear, oh, you know what? I used to see the white car up the street. Too late.
That's why them
rob you, murder, and leave.
Yes, that's why we asked them, you know, if we could have, you know, we can just make a couple of simple changes, you know. As me just say you have those kind of thing there in the police that can make changes when the people them can have fully trust. And know said that and that way you sit down and you talk to people, like come talk to people. I like come know police go with beer things, you know. I mean, know, you understand? I mean, know good police. Yeah, man. You understand? Me know good, great police. Yeah? What me and them from long time, from them just graduate from school and thing. I mean, know. Yes.
Just to be frank.
Yes.
I am not taking up for none of these police.
Me know that, man. Me know that, man. But because you want a change, I'm hear it. But what as I said before,
they make my work harder too.
I know. Yeah. So what we are saying now, because I say you have senior man be in the place where you look, him there with that woman here. Him there with that one here. And when you look, when them give him some distorted information and that in my work pan, and when some other people call him not ask him go lock up them people right away. So them people now not talk to him, no care what happened, them not talk to him because him a do bias things.
And that's what I'm trying to tell these people. I want them to understand so they don't have to deal with him at all. You don't have to.
You understand?
You don't want, for example, let's say you live in a
yes.
The police station is in your area. So you have direct personal relationship with these policemen. You see them every single day. So you would know, okay, Sergeant Brown,
yes.
Inspector John,
yes.
Superintendent Matthew, right? You know them. Okay? Let's say you know that the superintendent is a corrupt superintendent. Let's say. And there's a certain era where him no want go because those are people that's affiliated with him. Use your brain and say, you know what, let me go down to the station and see if he's there. You go and you look and he's not there, then you make your call or whatever.
You never want to go to the station because you see, a lot of war when we know go on personally. A lot of war when we know go on. We know it's a police. We not ask. Actually, we know the scar name just so boom bam bam, right? Police involved in the gun, involved in the shot, involved in a carry man involved, and soldier too. And some ex-soldier. So them involved in a lot of these things, in a lot of these garrisons, or so-called garrisons, right? So it makes some people now think before them do things because unlike them one talking about them know say them know want if something happen. Because police call it a police, I know. Police call it a police, I know. So
this narrative that keep on perpetuating for years to say that, if you talk police will kill me or whatever, you don't police not to know who call.
Yeah, and that's no man, you're right, invest. I'm not negating to say that it never happened. But what I'm trying to get, because I hear it all the time, I drive something happen, even last night. I go on a scene and everybody was tight-lipped. Nobody want to say nothing at all. And I'm like, listen. Not on the scene.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm telling them, like, you don't have to call me, Don't call me. You get what I'm saying? Don't call me if you even, because I'm putting myself in their shoes. I'm saying, hey, I understand how you feel. You might don't trust the police. I do understand because sometimes the police do things to make the citizens you don't trust them for sure. But all I'm trying to tell them, like, if you don't talk, you're also part of the problem. If you see something and you don't say something, you're part of the problem.
Yes. No, but
because how can we solve it if we don't talk?
No, but hear this again. Hear this again.
You're gonna say you want a better Jamaica.
No, but hear this again. No, it can go both ways though, invest. Because you might have said them are part of the problem, but them are part of saving them own life because police really are the fig. What I am giving them
a practical.
No, I know that, but you know, but no, but we have to give them with well practical. I tell us something. Kingston again. The policeman and the policeman, where the policeman will take by a car. You notice when use youth pan bike for kill she. That man not do not. That man at 54 soon leave the police for shot corporal. You understand? So if the police, hold on. If the police, hold on.
Something that happened to me. No, 1 second.
Yes.
Let me give you a personal something that happened to me.
Yes.
An old man, I'm not going to tell you the division, but an old man come to me and say, hey, I was standing outside of a particular police station and the man passed. And him said, you are police? And I was like, him not know if I'm police or anything because I don't wear uniform. But he was like, yeah, police? And I was like, you want the help of the police? And he said, yes, I want to talk to the police. And I said, yes, I'm a police. And he looked for me from head to toe. He looked from head to toe, looked from head to toe. I said, what happened, Daddy? And he said, I want to talk to the police. But because I wasn't in uniform, him never really comfortable to say anything to me, right? So our next police was coming and I was like, talk to him. A police was in uniform, right? And him say, oh, officer, a man just put a gun behind my forecoat, right? Just like that, behind my focus. Okay. But the area is a bad area. I'm not going to call the name, but the area is
Don't
a
call
really
it,
bad
yes.
area. So the patrol that was there, them was like, if you call it special ops because them no one go down there. So anyway, me and two other cars drive down there because the people them don't know so our car are police. So we drove down there with the man in the back seat. And in point and say it's right there behind that full cup, right? Okay. After that, we take him back to the station. Him go out in business. We went to the area, recover a AK. That's how we recover AK. What's this? Would you and I leave? You know, say it's not my area, so I leave. Would you believe it that within 2 months, Sir Wayne, them shoot the man?
Because of somebody give him a man. Somebody give him a man.
So this thing hurt me, you know, like it hurt my
That's
soul.
but you just say what me I say. But in time, because all right, you see me and you can reason offline and online, and me have some man with me and them can reason offline and online. Some man me not reason with because let me tell you this. Me if me in a division, me live in a place, me work like police and like you know like soldier set speed. That them don't know, right? And work like investigative journalists same and everything. When me live anywhere me live and police station, then me want know them background, you know, brother. Me I tell you that, you know. Me want know who them mix with, which kind of them I go pan and all kind of things. So when you mix with the bad one and them thing, them ears are for dip on the ground. So me know say, okay, you nasty, you clean, you alright for deal with you this. Because that keep us safe. That are just me. Me have to know where around me. Me have to know who serve and protect me. You understand, brother? But some people don't have no time to do that, brother. But me do that. That's why when a police can come up to me and say, blah, 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 blah. Him don't know say me I run him. When me dey on the hill and me have an inspector run around me. Him don't know say me I run film for a long time.
It's really hard when when the citizens don't have no trust in the police. It's really hard because it makes it even more.
Because that hurt me when you just say the Kawhi do, you know. Because
it's not going to be there every single time something happens.
But that hurt me. Because hear this now. If a man can't come just a boom bam bam and by move, there's a boom bam and police drive them. Maybe the man them take, but you see all people them not think that way. Them just want them place clean, right? So, but the man think is that all man this. They may take eye and see him when them I put them thing and them know. So when me see him, when I put me things there, you know. And then when you look, the station alone, you not come from the division. Man, you go tell them, yeah, man, is that all man, come get a report and boom bam bam. When you look at him, them know say him, them are gonna kill him. Them are gonna kill him. And them not gonna just kill him on the same day. Or a week, them want to turn off like make a month run off. Wait till next month, man. But I have to kill him, man. But him don't know say man are dead. If I me be that tell him say, yo, you have to go live. You have to do something like if somebody send for you something and cool out or do something. Cause them are gonna kill him. Because you have some police, them dangerous. Because you were there and you're talking, you know, but you have an next man talking me.
When he died, he just got off a car coming from St. Mary. He went to go visit his relatives.
Them plan for him, man.
As soon as he got out the car and was walking towards the house, then that's it.
Them plan for him, man. Them plan for him.
And every single time. I mean, I went back to the area. You know, went back to the area and stuff. One of the guys that who was there, I heard that he's also he's a Asian. Yeah, I heard that he's a Asian, but he's not like an illegal. He can travel to Haiti whenever he wants, but he travels by boat.
Oh.
I heard that he's back in Haiti right now because he's saying he want to cool out.
That dangerous, you know, because if we not have illegal, I'm not believing that we not have illegal crossing, we're not supposed to man just travel as them want on boat, anything can come on boat. You have to have a legal ferry or something that run over there.
As you talk about boat, I arrested, I think around 8 or 9 Asians by myself one day, you know. Yes, coming on boat. I was at a particular spot.
Yes.
I was at a particular spot and I saw a boat just come up. And when the boat come up, I just saw men start coming from the bow, under the bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the man them come over enough, man, and them integrated, and you know, with some of the girl them and one back and some people put them up. You understand?
Yeah, they went to a particular hotel, and they went into the room, and I waited until they all went into the room, and then I put myself into the room as well.
Yes.
I arrest all of them, and you don't see this. They're part of human. They're part of a human traffic and gun smuggling ring.
Yes.
You know, these things the commissioner don't really talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah. Because no, but when a man, when a police come and do that himself, you know, if you come hear them up and say, yes, good, what a splendid work. Them just show what them want to show, you know, brother. You understand? Them show what them want to show. And you know, you have real police to do
They don't really give the true stuff of what really happened. It's more like to sugarcoat and to make themselves look better than they are.
Yeah.
When themselves are the ones that are suffering, you know what I'm saying?
Citizen.
And you see, I take police is that there was a time when I wasn't a police, so I would understand the struggles of life just the same.
All right.
So even though now I am operating in that capacity, sometimes I remove myself from that. From that way, and how would I want to be treated, or how would I want to make up in a particular way?
Yeah, man. That me I talk about. Yeah, man. See me I say?
Yeah, so it's like, but you see, what I'm trying to, my point is, and as I said, I'm not getting away from your topic.
Yes.
Your topic is valid.
Yes.
And I appreciate you having your program and all that stuff. It's a really good thing.
Yes.
You know, we need accountability. When something happens, yes, we can talk about it. I can talk about anything. The only thing my problem is that I've heard this sentiment a lot. Like, I don't want to say anything because I can get killed. And I do understand where they're pointing at. I do understand. But what I'm trying to get at is, I'm trying to rest assured is that your name don't have to be mentioned at all. Because most people think that they have to say their name. You know what I'm trying to say? Some people don't know that they don't have to say their name.
And them not for trace the number neither. Them have a number with them just call, and them number not for trace neither.
For example, another thing too, they say somebody, another person, you can borrow somebody's phone. You not have to use your phone if you think them can trace it. Borrow somebody's phone. Hey, let me borrow your phone 1 second. Call, give back the phone and you're gone. You don't know what you did.
Yeah, but you know what? Them call that person and say, "Who does this is nobody?" You know, so that again, you know, invest. Private number, yeah. Oh, private number, I better think that. But don't use nobody phone, because
you can private the number.
Yeah, because if you get a ring back, I'm gonna say,
you can private the other person's number too.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
we need a private your number then. Yeah, say your private, your private your number.
They can't call you back.
Yes, just private your number then.
Just say what happened. To be honest, even though yes, Jamaica have this ideology to say, informer forget dead and whatever.
We don't believe in that, you know.
Most crime that is solved are the same people in the community tell the police what happened.
Yeah.
Them same one.
Of course.
The police wasn't there when the man get murdered. Police wasn't there.
Nah. But as I said, no, when them start to know invest.
Drive this white car.
Yes, but when them start to know, different from that, no, when you have like internal warfares, what them do, like the girl, them you have woman from one side, they on one side, police are there with them one day, and you have some other set they will do this side. And them now do instead they do, you know, somebody commit a crime against the state. Instead they do that, you do it personal, no, I'm a girl over there, so I fear I brother them boom bam bam. So them over here say come fire some shot and do something, and then she go to the station and say, you want to see them over there, so. But I fear a pitney, you know, or a brother, you know, or a never them, you know. And then she blame the other side, and the other side get the pressure. And then when them there with the senior police, they go senior pressure police. Can we see it happen? Pressure one side. And when people are dead, them don't go and scrape up the one side and leave the side there. Me see it happening, you know. Me see it happen. And then when them do that now, aside they now continue and go kill other people after them gone again. I mean, I said, what kind of police in this? Why them doing these things? Them to go to prison. That's why I look against some senior man where them have to move one at a time. Come out there, some burn them, come in and put them in. But enough people are still like, "Aye, brother." You understand? Yeah, man.
It seems like some people in your comment may be asking questions. I have at least 5 more minutes I can answer a few.
Oh,
if you don't mind.
Yeah, Durval Apartment. So them ask who's policing the shore. What happened to the Marine Division?
Oh, I don't know if Mr. Durval was on the line the other day when we were talking about the limited resources that we have.
Mm-hmm.
If we have limited resources in cars, can you imagine how many boats do we have?
That again, man. Yes, man.
The Marine is also understaffed and lack resources as well, Mr. Durval. So as a result of that, many areas of in the shorelines are left bare, and anybody can access the country whenever they feel like.
I remember I have many pints, you know, hundreds of pints, you know. Shoreline big, yeah, man. You have so much pint, unbelievable. You see me, I say anything else. Yeah, I see this. I just run up this and see what I go on. I'm just listening. All right, Beverly. Oh no, Beverly. Me just say anybody say anything else to you. Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, man. So we have to get it. We have to get it down, man. And we have to get out the bad egg. So you see what me dedicate myself to. You know, you see like some people because I have some police if you call them and they come bad you up, you know. But you me a different man now. You know, when you do it any little thing, you know, come bad me up, you know. Yeah, man. You call them name, man. You're not supposed to be police and criminal, man. I mean, I believe in that, brother. See? I mean, them little youth you can just say barefoot and run up and like that. That not work for me either. You understand? Yeah, so
makes it more difficult. Just know that another thing too.
Yes.
As corrupt as they want to be, there cannot be corruption without citizens' participation.
I know.
So we have to get that. We have to clean up our mind, clean up our heart, try to think for the betterment of the country and not just for a nice meal or for $10,000 or for $1 million.
And that we are trying to reach. That's why last night, you know, me I tell some people say, listen, it don't make no sense. You make a man come push a button there, so it man get paid, brother. Like how them kill the police and then the police hold them guy up on the bike. Then you hear so okay, the man where they take the police woman car, the police him use them to do what and what. I mean, I say you should have smarter than that. Why we not kill a woman we don't know? Maybe could have been with a mother. You understand? The woman soon leave the police force when they kill her. She there 50, she reach 54. She not trouble nobody. She just woke up this man take her car, which the police. And they want to take her out and use jail for what? For what?
Sir Wayne, I think Edwin Linton asking a question.
Above was a question. Invest. The above was a question. Which one of the above? Edwin. Just like we say, the people should stand up and talk. Then why the good police who know the good police is not making arrest? Who know the bad police not making arrest? Yeah, people like me stand up and call them name and thing, you know. Because you have good police. But I tell you this, me talk to enough good police. And you notice me can call out regulation numbers and all kind of things. Them know say I must inside me attack to. I couldn't know a normal citizen me attack or me attack. That's why when you hear me attack, because if them police are do something, you have something in blue and blue. Remember, everybody have them life and them wife and kids to go home to and all kind of things too, you know. And if you have some evil among you, you don't know what the evil, they must smile with you and stab in your back. In other words, them shooting at your back too. Them a angle gun and them a angle rifle too. So, you know, and I like the good police, them won't talk, you know. They may come up and talk, of course. But them no just come up and say, you this and that and that. Remember, you know, a man now look at you and him do the same work. I want to have a patrol. And him gonna do some little things. You have to secretly know what you do because remember you can't beat yourself up, you know. So I can answer that personally. Yes.
If I can answer that to say why the good police don't make arrests. It's just like when something happened in a certain area and it's not directly tied to you. For example, police would say, "Oh, him not stop me from getting my pay, so I don't care what he does." You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
They would say that all the time. You know, and most of the time, like they will go in groups. They will know like somebody who will allow them to do certain things. For example, you'll have say two police work, and they will like to abuse people. They tend to work all the time. They're not going to work with somebody who don't like when they do that.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? Tend to work in groups, or if they're going to do their bad stuff, they tend to know who they're going to go with. You know what I mean?
Durval, we said, do you think they should have combined the JCF and Island Special Constabulary Force? ISCF. Some people shouldn't combine, you know. Some get less training, right? Some never get the training.
My personal belief is that I would say no, they shouldn't. However, they were doing some stuff which was really not really appreciated by the citizens. For example, you would have seen them downtown taking people's
goods and beat them and thing. Yes.
Yeah, they were really rough in that area. But I mean, now to be honest, now we have one initiative to stop crime. So if as long as they participate in the same mandate, I think everything is fine.
Yeah, but some of them still, you know, like them come from the old school. So them with that beating and that bully business and that's everything. So them like put it down. And we have to say no because we have to change it. Somebody said to ask you.
Miss Smith.
Yes. Who are the police serving and protecting?
No, go back up top.
Up top.
I think it's the same thing.
Yes, we want a better Jamaica for everyone. That one? Just investing the police service, serve and protect. Just investing the police serve and protect.
All right, so I can answer that very, very promptly. If there is no police, Jamaica would be really, really lawless, like really, really lawless. I think other than the corruption, the police really do a good job in making sure that there are less crimes, deterrent crime. Patrol neighborhoods at night when people are sleeping, show businesses. So I think with the prosecute people as well. So go on operations, get drugs off the street, get a bunch of guns off the street. So I think that with the limited resources, we are doing the best we can in some capacity, but there's more still to be done.
You know, say invest. Let me say something to you now. You know, say the police they make the government make an error. When you're moving down, after you build up down in a place, and then demand the order, like when I look downtown and you hear a man say, don't thief, no rape and thing, and report a man might get beaten and thing, and you see them hold up an order for a long time, right? When you move these kind of people, you have to have some social intervention to put in a place. Because when you do, you go splint up that. Like, all right, for instance, on a bigger scale, like when them go for Saddam Hussein in Iraq, I remember the Ba'athist party before you have other people farm no all kind of things and get world trouble. Saddam used to keep them there right there saying check, you know. But when you remove him without putting certain things in it, if you capture them people there, mind and soul and everything, and you splint up the thing, then you have ISIS and you have all kind of things. Same thing happened in Jamaica. You move after the government use them people and turn them in a den, and then just draw them up so.
Let me see if we can give a 2 cents in that, because that is like my division. That's what I do. And to be honest, let me tell you something. Back in the early 80s, 90s, early 2000s, people, for example, some areas used to have the Don would have the gun, okay? And the guys around him would fear the Don because him have the gun. They will use his gun. Now, nobody don't care about no Don. Nobody at all. Don't care about the Don. You get to tell us these young boys don't care about nobody. 14-year-old, 15, 16. Yeah.
Because it, remember the thing crumble now, you know. It crumble, you know. So they move out the strong arm, but they put some social intervention. 14 and 15 should have their school better. That's why we say we want government for work or it for work. They force their school. You suppose their school. We should have some system like no care what you do. Yeah, we are come for you. Whether approved school or so you are their school. There is no way you stay home. There is no way you work on. There is no way, no matter you go to school. Phone a ring or him not reach at school yet. Me now thought now, you know, you're 14 and 15 and 13 and go to school and reach little late. Whether shut a fire in that area or not. And principal say the gate for lock. Lock them out. So where them go? Them not go one back, you know. Them find somewhere where them stated school over. Until them start school and start. And the girl them find somewhere till they see them get the belly or something. Them think they will stop. Yes.
Sir Wayne, the entire
system of fix.
Based on what I see, the entire is a multifaceted approach need to get Jamaica back to a certain area. The education system, the justice system, the police, the military.
Kind of the police alone, you know. Yes.
It has to be, and citizens too. Like I always tell people that they don't understand the power that they've got.
Yes.
Citizens don't understand that they are very powerful. Their voices very, very powerful. But the thing is that, as I said before earlier, people need to start read. People need to start to read, so that they can have knowledge and they can know how to execute certain things.
Yes.
The knowledge will give you power, and then you will know your rights. People won't take advantage of you. You get what I'm saying? But if you don't read, if you don't understand certain things, then you're just gonna just make people walk all over you, and then what?
Yes.
You cry no justice.
Yes.
Other than the person who are educated or the person who have money. The difference is that you take away the money or whatever status, but the difference is that they know how they should be treated. You know what I'm saying? They know how they should be treated. And as a result of that, they conduct themselves in that particular way.
Yes,
you know, for example, I would tell the young men, like, I deal with these men all the time in all the garrisons, I get whatever you call it. And I always tell them how you answer, how you carry yourself every single day. People, as bad as it might sound, people stereotype. Right? People stereotype in everywhere you are. So you within yourself have to take personal responsibility and say, hey, listen, I'm going to make myself as more knowledgeable as I can, as best as I can, and I'm going to be an appalling law-abiding citizen. If you take responsibility, if everybody does the same thing, then it must be Jamaica, you know?
Of course.
It must be.
That's why I invest. So I try to teach even when we talk about the vote the other day. I say when I first someone on an MP, and I remember, you know, I better me get somebody at JP, whether JP, somebody, a business place, but a businessman or something. But from in your community, we're upstanding. Me not talk about take one side or the other side. They must have somebody where not neutral. You understand? You must have a person there, and where you can get up and you can vote for this person as an independent candidate or something. Because if you have an MP and you have an MP for 4 term, 5, 6, 7 term, and when you look at more zinc fence, also pop down, you go when voting time is a $2 grand and a $3 grand. you are hold back yourself. Why? Because you can get the vote with ease. You set up and I'm not worry about nothing. You understand? You have to change that, brother and sisters. You need to change.
Somebody right say, when the justice system is corrupt, it's a no-win situation for the need. So you're another thing too.
Mm-hmm.
The difference. You're another thing which this is like a tool that somebody can use.
Mm-hmm.
If a person is involved, has some legal matters, and the person doesn't have the financial resources to hire lawyers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me. Everybody, it's their right that they can legally represent themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's their right that they can legally represent themselves. Or if they don't have it, a legal aid is going to be appointed to them. However, most of the time, because they're not being paid, they don't get good service, right?
Them no get, and that is one.
All this, this person can go on Google, what their case is. This person can go on Google, figure out what's the law, what they can do, what the argument they can present to the court, and they can even win their case.
Mm-hmm. Right, so hear this now. I want to tell you something now with the judge. Can have a problem with a couple of them, you know. Like what if they send out the police woman the other day and say, or the judge one. Can you have some judge fees say them a God and them thing they in Jamaica? Which that will stop. The guy with them call, with them talk about the drama thing, with it in the courthouse and I talk and say Judge I say he will not talk to you, sit down. He want to represent himself. He must say, I want to talk to you. Me no want to talk to you. Say him get mad. So you with him I get mad in there because the judge fee say, oh, you can't represent yourself. Me not talk to you. Go sit down. Shut your mouth. No up in the mouth in my court. Judge, I'm supposed to do these things. Because me no want to lie. I want to represent myself. I'm supposed to declare that. I'm going to see the file. I'm going to put the thing them together and represent myself. And then you know the government supposed to have a lawyer, you know, we can guide me to state the thing. But you see, them not these things, them that base stupidness them are going with. Somebody judge them.
Let me tell you, let me tell you.
Yes.
It's not, yes, the classism, but once, if a person comes before the court and that person is illiterate, it's that person is going to be walked over.
Yes, that's why I know. But by right, if them say this, the judge supposed to give you a lawyer. Then supposed to order.
It's not right, you know. It's not right. But I'm just trying to tell you, no matter which court you go, America, Canada, England, doesn't matter where you are. If you go in front of the court and you are illiterate, you're going to be walked over.
Yeah, but in a first world country, no fact this. Them are gonna tell you say no, you have a judge, a lawyer to guide you. Them are gonna tell you. You might have, and you can fire a lawyer to one thing. In these countries, in a Jamaica, no, you say, but judge, you have the right. Yeah, but the judge will tell you shut up. In a Jamaica, me not talk to you. Shut up. And you say me I represent. Shut up.
I've been into many courtrooms.
Yes.
And let me tell you this. Once you open your mouth and the judge listen to what you say and you sound like you have sense. That person treats you way different than a person who's illiterate. I've seen it happen many times. Yeah, but I see it happen with the man there. Him talk good. Him not mad. Him a talk good to them and what have you, and then him just tell him shut up, so him a get mad. Him say, no, I have my rights and this is illegal and I want to address you, the judge. I want to represent myself. Judge don't have it. Judge have the night and cast cash. Yeah. Yes, and it's not a person where illiterate or something, but you have some judge who just want disrespect and things that are Jamaica style. And you have some people, can me a reason when the judge want to reason when the judge, can you just say you an next human being sit down in a chair? You're supposed to balance. You're supposed to be balanced. When I explain myself. And then you see enough cases come out to the paper where people judge talk to the man, you know him not a liar, and him say, but judge, and the judge say, all right, me know what, I shut him up, boom, bam, and it come out in so much time and so much fighting. You know why? You know I'm good a person like this.
You like send to a legal aid and say guide him or that and that. And he might try to tell the truth, but you him chatting a part one or him talk. You know why even either.
That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing you can do is legal aid. That's the worst thing.
Them no work for you, man. Them work against you.
It's free. You're not. It's gonna. And another thing too. What I'm trying to get at is that if you have a case, don't just sit down and think, oh, the law is gonna do everything. You can do something too.
Yes.
Tell the law information. You can figure out and say, okay, this is the strategy I'm gonna use. All right, this is what XYZ. You can. I've seen it happen. People who don't have no lawyer, the person did their homework, know what to say, go in front of the court, present themselves. For another thing too, do not go in the court and don't dress properly, gentlemen. Do not, please.
But one thing we have a problem with that in Jamaica now, because enough people get arrested, them don't even have a good shirt and a pants, you know, my brother. Yes.
No, but you're not gonna go in the court the same time you get arrested. You're not.
No, but some of them, the way you know, you not really work. And when we say them not have nothing, them really not have nothing.
No,
unless them
and
big
that
it.
is true.
And the judge have to understand, if you get something and they say one got thief, you go buy it. And the judge will understand these things. Because a case you try. It come like you go to church and the pastor start watch all your clothes too. You start go to, me don't know where you know, I'm yesterday say at a place where people are go to church because them are worship, you know. And I like them are weird, nothing outrageous, but them are worship. But the judge like that, you know, say, okay, he might come from a poor background, this is what him have. Like if you go wear jacket and tie and thing and judge run you out to and them thing and all that thing. I don't know.
There are cases where men or women get arrested and they are held in jail or before, you know, they go to court. They don't get any bail, right? That happens. But what I'm talking about is like, yes, those cases I'm talking about, people who have cases, they are bonded, they're on the street, and they're going to go to court next 2 months, next 6 months from now.
Yes.
And they turn up to the court with them some of them.
That that's not address.
You're going to lose.
Yeah. No one that person.
You're going to lose because it's just going to treat you like shit.
Oh.
Pardon my language.
Yeah, but we know what? No, man, you can't talk, man. We are so we talk. We are big people. Yeah, but if I treat it like shit, you treat it like shit.
Let me tell you, sir, my thing is to give people practical stuff.
Yes.
You understand? Because if you have somebody and you know a God could tell him, man, put your belt in your pants, okay?
Yes.
Right? Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. These little small things, you know, talk for yourself, makes you be respectful, and you're good to go.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, man. Get my man to talk to me, you know. Yeah, me I hear you.
Yeah, big up, Mama Andrew, big up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But you know, one of the greatest things is when the citizens or an individual can relate information and feel safe in a space where they can have trust with a certain police or a certain entity. It's a very beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if we can get 20% more in that way,
yes,
then there can be some stuff. But nowadays it's all about making the money, and everybody want to get rich by whatever means necessarily. So it's like,
invest.
That's just what it is right
invest.
Now,
You see the lady where going to the station and talk to the police. I think they show it more than one time. And she has a friend must say, don't forget kid got gunman and attack her friend. The police or something have the phone. You for weird? Woman, you for weird? And me I said, no, come on, man. Customer service. If she says she dead and when you see that, you said no, that me I tell you say you have some things, you know, in a real life, you know. Some police must be police, you know. When you see that him forget fire, did a man. You can't be no police for move, man.
I saw it. I saw it, and let me tell you, sir, wait. Most of those videos that you see, I see them just the same. And And I have my own feelings towards it, and I'm like, man, like, wow, it's really shocking, you know.
You see me, I say. So and then remember in a video when I circulate in the station, you know, and you see it same like what you say, because we want this, we want to change the place, we want to hold people to account, yeah. And she go there and say, oh, I'm in a danger because she get the call, I'm in a danger, that and that. And the way they talk to her, and you can't believe it. And
another thing too, I don't know if she was the one that publicized the video, but if you're going to record something, or like if she's going to the station, try to record it. Sometimes you might not even be thinking, but try to record before, because the only part where him must say what he's saying, he's not going to be charged, because the lead up to it, he can fight. Say, oh, she come in and she do something. You see what I'm trying to say?
Okay. But because she didn't about this question though.
He's not going to get no prosecution or anything or reprimanded, because we don't know what happened, what lead up to that.
But here this now invest. You see, we know, because you can read between arc and lines, right? And I listened, she said, I came here and I asked the lady, she called you came around, and this is your behavior, sir. You said, but we don't have the phone. Just wait. You have to wait. So she did explain to in the video. So it tell me where they might come from, because she not talk and I like the cost. You know, just you know. Yeah, man. You understand? So she had said, but I'm just talking to you in this, and this is the tone and the behavior. That means if she did have that tone, you'd hear it come out, but yeah. You understand? And in the business. Yes, because sometimes when you look on a video, it can't tell you what take place, you know. Can't tell them, man. You see me, I say? Because they come off and thing, you know. Anyway, I run in a invest, because I see some time run down over a long time. So if anything later, yes, sir.
Yeah, man, take it easy. I'm working tonight too.
All right, my brother, respect, cool. Yeah, people, I run out, you know, so if anything later, yeah. Bless up, yeah. Bless.